During the Napoleonic Wars, German-speaking countries joined as one to fight off their attackers, protecting each other and battling as one unified force. This cooperation birthed a new sense of brotherhood and unity that would live on even after the fall of Napoleon. Although each state was looked over by different rulers, their citizens began to travel, sharing traditions, customs, and beliefs. These commonalities turned once firm borders to nothing but a painted line. A new push for unity was born.
We are weak when we are separated. Germany needs to unite as one country to compete with the big, powerful countries that surround it.
I don't want your territory. You guys are broke. Your military sucks. Everything about you guys suck. And worst of all, you guys are liberals.
But you will be our ruler.
Guards, take her away. Get her out of my sight.
Away with you. So I heard you're trying to unite.
Yeah.
Well.
During this time, France was at the peak of its economic prosperity. Voted emperor by the people of France, Napoleon III had turned France from a nation with a fledgling economy to the economic center of Europe. Almost overnight, France went from spending 80 cents of every dollar they made on repaying debts to being able to keep and reinvest almost 100% of every dollar. Notably, Napoleon III implemented sewage systems in the majority of Paris, decimating outbreaks of cholera.
Refreshing.
Further, he allowed universal suffrage for men and free healthcare, both revolutionary for the time. However, every great leader throughout history has a weakness. In Napoleon III's case, it seemed his uncle had not passed on his military genius, something the nation of France would soon discover as he was woefully unprepared for what would come next.
20 minutes later.
We need to unite Germany.
How do you suppose we do that?
Through iron and blood.
First invading Denmark and to capture two of their cities, known as Holsten and Schleswig. They will now be inclined to attack back. But thankfully for us Prussians, their fighting skills are terrible, and ours are much superior. They will be using old muskets from 50 years ago and be lined up like cattle. But thankfully for us, we will be using our new and improved needle guns, which can be loaded and fired at twice as fast as they can do so with their old muskets. We can also be lying down on the ground, behind rocks or standing behind trees, ready to fire. The Danish won't even know what hit them. Our second step is to attack the Austrians, who will be isolated beforehand. We will communicate to the Allies, Russia and France, that we do not need them to interfere with this fight.
That's reasonable.
Now that Austria has been isolated, we can finally attack them. By doing so, Austria is now defeated.
Fire!
Through the Denmark and Austrian wars, we have unified the southern German states. They have joined us in arms, and we have defeated our enemies as one. For we want them to join us through pride and passion and not through grief and possession. Our final step will bring forth the most hesitant Catholic states, such as Bavaria, through our shared hatred of one common enemy, the French.
I know we've had our differences, but I've decided to join you because I really hate France.
Okay. Fine. I suppose so.
We will twist their words, stir up their propaganda, until their emperor cannot contain himself and lash out, for he will be the aggressor. Therefore, none will come to their aid in their final moments. And this is the Franco-Prussian War.
The Napoleon tactics have yet to fail us.
Yes, I'm sure we'll do well against France.
We're gonna get to the battlefield before France even knows what's happening.
Seeing far more defeat than victory, Napoleon III found himself forced to order his troops to retreat to the city of Sedan. As dawn broke on September 1st, 1870, the emperor would find himself and his troops surrounded by the German forces. Bavaria's troops, led by Ludwig von der Ten, pushed through the French forces in the south. Though they suffered losses, They played a crucial role in the battle by cutting French supply lines and splitting the French army in two. These crucial factors would allow the Saxon and Prussian forces to move in from the north, tightening the encirclement. As German forces fired their cannons into the encirclement from all directions, French officers fled into safe hideouts and left their soldiers to fend for themselves. Seeing that all hope was lost, Emperor Napoleon III allowed himself to be taken prisoner to spare his soldiers from the devastation that would have otherwise followed.
No, my soldiers, my empire!
You know, for Napoleon's nephew, we expected a lot more from you. Come on. I'm sure we'll have this territory forever. My mustache is falling off.